Something that we can all be proud of. I know that we are, and I want to thank all y'all for being here. We do have a ceremony and a few remarks that are going to be made, and I'm going to let Colonel Vic Phillips will say the invocation for us. The Friends of the Florence Stockade, the group that has been working so diligently to get this done. I'll tell you, I'll let Brand Livingstone explain to you a little bit about why he's here and his interest in this spot. But Brand is from Calais, Maine, and he founded this group in 1997, and he has been a big supporter of this project. He really has been the person that's been pushing the boulder the hardest and the longest. And I'm proud that he's here. He flew in on Thursday night, and he's made countless trips to Florence over the years to see this day. And I would like to introduce Charles Brand Livingstone.
Today is a milestone day for the Friends of the Florence Stockade, the City of Florence, the citizens of Florence, and the others from away, because we celebrate the opening of this Civil War Memorial Park. You may well ask why an old man would want to save this historic piece of ground, where so many prisoners suffered and died during 1864 and 1865. When he lived way up in Calais, Maine, up on the Canadian border. My grandfather, Charles Brandigy, was incarcerated here from September 1864 until February 1865. After having been a prisoner of war in Andersonville prison in Georgia for 6 months of near starvation. When I started to write a book about Grandfather's Civil War adventures, I traveled to all his battlefields and prison sites. I found all the sites except one who have been publicized or commemorated in some manner as a historic site. The one exception was the Florence Stockade. Fortunately, most of the Florence site was still farmland or undeveloped land. So I felt that we could find a willing seller. We might be able to save 2/3 of the stockade. The City of Florence owned the other third and might be willing to develop it with the Friends group help. And here we are today, after local citizens, the City of Florence, the National Cemetery, many others from away, like myself, have turned this desolate but sacred ground into a memorial park, dedicated to all who here served in so many different ways: prisoners, guards, blacks who built the stockade, local citizens who provided food and help, one lady prisoner who eventually died there and is buried in the National Cemetery across the street. I quote from a letter sent by an East France to the Friends newsletter, and I received it in 1977. Quote, during the Civil War, both sides of the conflict had their noble men and moments of glory. But those who died in suffering, the poor rations, the disease of the prison camps, gave no less to their country than those who died on the fields of battle. This park now becomes a commemorative part of that history, of the tumultuous time in our history, and deserves the respect and appreciation by all who are interested in our country's history. There is an old saying that if we don't study and learn from our past, we will be bound to repeat it. This celebration is our effort to learn from our history. It is our fervent hope that this park can be further developed to teach this history to the many visitors who will inevitably come here. I thank the City of Florence, the National Cemetery, the government of South Carolina, and especially the Board of Directors of the Friends of the Florence Stockade for making all this possible. And further, I extend my sincere thanks to the Chairman of the Board of the Friends of Florence Stockade, Mark White III, for his devotion to our goal and his careful guidance. Thank you.
For this gazebo and commemoration of all the soldiers, guards, slaves, citizens of Florence who participated in this event. Rand, if you will help me unveil this, we'll read it to the public, okay? And it says, if you would, Friends of the Florence Stockade, this memorial has been erected by the Friends of the Florence Stockade to honor the sacrifice of the soldiers who were incurred in the Florence Stockade, the soldiers who guarded them, the Negro slaves that constructed it, the local citizenry who aided and assisted the soldiers on both sides that were at the stockade to Robertson established. This information is dedicated